Ever wondered what the life of American music legend Hank Williams Jr. looks like behind the scenes? Even at the age of 75, he lives a life that seems nothing less than a movie. His luxurious farmhouse in the beautiful valleys of Montana, a family full of memories of 5 children, his collection of great cars, and a net worth of crores. From the outside, he seems to be just a county music star, but in reality, there are many secrets in his life that will blow your mind. Do you want to know what is the real truth behind his love story, his luxurious farm, and his lifestyle? So, watch this video till the end, because by the end, you will know things that hardly anyone has told you. So, before moving on to the video, subscribe to our channel so that such amazing videos reach you first. America's legendary music star, Hank Williams Jr., has experienced as much pain and hardship in his life as fame and success. And this is the thing that makes him different from other stars. Many times, he has shared such moments in front of the camera that anyone can be shaken from within. The biggest accident in his life happened on August 8, 1975. That day he was climbing the snow-covered mountains of Montana. He was only 26 years old at that time, and he had reached great heights in music. But fate played such a game that he fell into a 500 feet deep gorge. He himself told in an interview that as soon as he fell, he felt as if he would die right there. He suffered such a deep injury on his head that his face was not even recognizable. Doctors said that he may never be able to sing. Hank Jr. Hank Williams himself said on camera, "I experienced the biggest fear of my life there. I was thinking that my career is over now. I felt that people would not even want to see me with this face." After this accident, he spent months in the hospital and then at home to recover. He underwent surgeries, and many operations were done to correct his face. He openly said that many times he went into depression and even thought of ending his life. But the name of his father, Hank Williams Sr., and the courage of his mother strengthened him from within. He told in the interview that when he saw his face in the mirror for the first time, he could not look at himself. "I thought that now people will not love me. My identity has been taken away from me." But this pain became a strength for him. He put that pain into his music. After the accident, when he recorded his first song and went on stage, he said, "I was not sure that people would want to listen to me, but they loved me. That was the moment that brought me back to life." Apart from this, he also shared some personal moments of his married life. He said that he always remained connected to his family. His wife and children did not leave him at that time when he was broken. In front of the camera, he often used to get emotional and say that, "If my wife and children were not with me, then perhaps I would not have been able to come back here again." Even today, when he remembers that accident, he says that, "It was a painful lesson, but it made me the new Hank Williams Jr." His story teaches us that no matter how difficult life becomes, if one has courage and the support of loved ones, then a person can defeat any problem. He told all these things in his interviews with such honesty and open heart that the eyes of the listeners become moist. And perhaps this is the reason why people consider him not just a singer, but also a fighter. Montana Farm, a home like paradise. Hank Williams Jr. S. Farm, nestled in the valleys of Montana, amidst tall mountains and greenery, looks no less than a paradise. He always said that this is the only place where he finds real peace, away from the hustle and bustle of the crowd and noise. This farm is in that area of Montana, where you can see only nature as far as the eye can see. Open fields, snow-capped mountains, and blue skies all around. It looks like a film scene. Hank's farm is spread over about 500 acres. Imagine, so much land where you can run as much as you want, ride your horses, or just sit quietly in a corner and watch the sunset. He has decorated his farm very lovingly. His house made of wood looks very simple from outside, but as soon as you step inside, you feel like royalty. The large living room, with old photographs on the walls, comfortable sofas in front of the fireplace, and the view of the mountains from the windows, all together create a different world. Hank always says that this farm is not just a property for him, but his home. Here he wakes up early in the morning and takes long walks in the fresh air, goes to his horses, roams in the fields, and sometimes goes fishing. The atmosphere here is so peaceful that it does not seem that you are standing in the place of a person who is such a big name in the music industry. He says that he has kept this farm just like he himself is, full of simplicity, but royal at heart. There is a separate garage for his cars here, where his wonderful collection of old and new cars is parked. He has also built a small lake behind the farm, where he and his family have picnics in the summer. Many times he told in interviews that when he gets tired of city life, he just comes and sits here and forgets the whole world. He says that everything here reminds him of his childhood: the fields, the animals, the mountains, and the feeling of freedom. The specialty of his farm is that his love is reflected in everything there. He has nurtured every tree, plant, and every corner with his own hands. He wants his children and future generations to feel the same peace on this land as he does. Wife, the untold story of love. Hank Williams, Jr. Life was as interesting and full of ups and downs as his love life. From the outside, people think that he has always been a carefree person. But when it comes to his heart, he also seems to be a very simple and honest person. His love story with his wife, Mary Jane Thomas, seems very beautiful and filmy. Hank first met Mary Jane during a show around 1985. Mary was modeling at that time, and she had her own charm. When Hank saw her, he just kept looking at her. He himself later said in an interview that, "I had seen many girls, but Mary was something different. There was innocence in her eyes, and her way of laughing was such that I became hers right there." After several meetings and lots of conversations, the friendship between the two deepened, and they themselves did not know when this friendship turned into love. Mary's simplicity and Hank's interesting style liked each other very much. Hank says that Mary stood by him even in those difficult days when he had faced his biggest accident. When he fell from a mountain in Montana and was in the hospital for months, Mary sat with him every day. She fed him, encouraged him, and this was the reason that Hank's respect and love for her deepened in his heart. Both of them got married in 1990. That marriage was very simple. There was not much pomp, but the happiness on both their faces was telling everything. Hank had said that day that, "Now I have everything: fame, money, and now my love is also with me. This is my whole world." After marriage, Mary started living in his farmhouse, and both of them formed a beautiful family. They had 2 children, a son and a daughter. Hank says that Mary was always an example for his children, too. She always gave good values to the children, took care of the house, and never let Hank feel alone. There was always a deep bonding in the relationship between Mary and Hank. Hank says that while living with Mary, he never felt that he was with a big star. Mary always loved him like an ordinary person. She never maintained this relationship for his name or money, but always stood by Hank through thick and thin. Many times the media questioned their relationship. There were gossips that there was a rift between them. But Hank always said openly in front of everyone that, "We are also humans. We also have fights. But Mary is the biggest strength in my life. If she was not there, I would not have been the Hank Williams Jr. that you know today. His years spent with Mary played a big role in Hank's life. He never ignored his wife and children in the intoxication of fame. He always says that his real home is where Mary and children wait for him. Even today, when Hank and Mary are seen together, people say how cute this couple is. Their smile and the way they look at each other clearly shows that even after so many years, there is the same love and intimacy between them. Net worth. The secret of crores of wealth. On hearing the name of Hank Williams Jr., only one picture comes to people's mind: wearing a big cowboy hat, holding a guitar, giving a great performance on stage. But the position he achieved in the world of music did not stop at just fame. He also earned so much wealth in his career that today he is the owner of a net worth of crores. And the most interesting thing is that he did all this with a well-thought-out plan and hard work. It is believed that Hank Williams Jr.'s net worth today is more than $50 million. Now the question arises that how did he earn this money? So let us tell you in simple language. First of all, his biggest source of income has always been his music. Hank released many albums in his career, many of which were million-copy sellers. His songs still run on the music charts, and every time he keeps getting royalties from these songs. All the hit songs he gave are still played on the radio, used in TV shows and films, and he gets crores in royalties every year. But Hank doesn't earn money just by singing songs. He also built a brand of his name very intelligently. After earning a name in the music industry, he started merchandising. His caps, T-shirts, guitar straps, and other things are sold in the market, and fans buy them with great enthusiasm. He earns a lot from this too. Apart from this, he also invested well in property. His luxurious farm in Montana is worth crores. Apart from that, he has bought many ranches and lands in different states of America. Hank himself says that he always invested money in real estate because it is always a profitable deal. Another big source of income for Hank is his live performance. Even at the age of 75, he does shows and earns millions of dollars from each show. Tickets for his concerts are still sold out, and he brings the same energy and charm to fans on stage that he did in his early days. Over the years, he has lent his songs to TV shows and sports events, which have earned him a lot of money. His famous song, All My Rowdy Friends, which was used as the opening theme of NFL football, earned him several $million. Hank says that he never chased money but trusted his music and his name. He says, "If your work is good and people love you, then money will come automatically. You just need to know how to invest it in the right place." That is why every aspect of his life, be it his farm, his cars, or his royal lifestyle, all are the result of his hard work and thoughtful decisions. Even today, people remember him not only for his music, but also as a smart and savvy businessman. Hank Williams Jr. This secret of his wealth teaches us that along with fame, wisdom, and right decisions are equally important. And this is why, even today, despite being the owner of crores, he is the same simple and interesting person whom his fans have always known. Lifestyle. Why is he an icon for everyone? Hank Williams Jr. is remembered as much for his songs and music as for his unique lifestyle. Even at the age of 75, he still has the passion and fun that a young person has. This is why people consider him an icon, because along with fame, his life also clearly reflects simplicity and the fragrance of the soil. Hank's daily routine is quite interesting. Away from the hustle and bustle of cities, he starts his day at his farmhouse in Montana. Early in the morning, he takes a long walk in the open air and spends time with the horses of the farm. For him, life on the farm is like meditation, where he feels refreshed. He loves to roam in the fields, drink tea sitting among the trees, and play with his dogs. His hobbies are also absolutely royal. Hank is very fond of hunting. He has said many times that he has loved hunting in the forest since childhood. There are large forests near his farm where he often goes on hunting trips with his friends. Trekking on snowy mountains, hunting with hounds, and sitting by a bonfire in the evening and telling stories. All these are a part of his life. Hank also loves to party. The parties held at his house are famous. He says that life should be lived to the fullest and every happiness should be celebrated with the people around you. His parties have music, guitar, good food, and lots of laughter and fun. But at the same time, he also believes that everything has a limit. That is why the parties at his house are not noisy, but have a feeling of intimacy and happiness. He is a great lover of cars. Many expensive and classic cars are parked in his garage, but the interesting thing is that many times he himself drives his truck to the market. He likes to drive himself. Despite all this, there is a special kind of simplicity in Hank's life. He always wears his old cowboy look, big hat, boots, and simple jeans. He says fame has never changed him. He is still the same person who lives his father's legacy with all his heart. His lifestyle inspires people because he has always maintained a balance. On one hand, he drives the crowd crazy on stage, and on the other hand, he enjoys watching the sunset while sitting alone on a farm. People consider him an icon because he proved that even after having fame and money, a person can remain connected to the ground. His life is an example of how you can maintain simplicity in your heart even while fulfilling your hobbies. This royal but simple life of Hank Williams Jr. makes him different from others. People want to live like him, where there is music, the smell of the forest, the company of family, and time for oneself. And perhaps this is the reason why he still lives in the hearts of his fans and remains an icon for everyone. Cars collection. Car lovers. Hank Williams Jr. is as passionate about cars as anyone else. People consider him a legend of music, but those who are close to him know how much of a car lover he really is. The expensive and luxurious cars parked in his garage describe his hobby and his style very well. Hank has loved cars since childhood. He has said many times that when his father, Hank Williams Sr., took him for a ride in a car for the first time, he fell in love with cars since then. When he started earning money from music, the first thing he did was to buy the car of his dreams, and since then, his hobby has only grown. Today, his garage looks no less than a museum. There you will find everything from classic American muscle cars to the latest luxury SUVs. One of his most favorite cars is the 1968 Ford Mustang Fastback, which he bought in the early days of his career. He himself said that driving that car reminds him of his father. Apart from this, his garage also has a wonderful Chevrolet Camaro SS, an old but brand-new Cadillac Eldorado, and a very stylish Dodge Challenger Hellcat. He has a special love for muscle cars. He says that when you listen to these cars, it feels like music is playing. Hank also loves trucks. He is often seen driving his big Ford F-250 Super Duty on his farm in Montana. For him, this truck is not just a vehicle, but also a necessity of his farm. And when it snows, he goes out with his Chevy Silverado Z71. Hank also has some imported cars. He also has a black Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon and a classic Porsche 911 Carrera, which he takes out only on special occasions. People often ask why he loves cars so much. He answered this in a very funny way. After playing the guitar, the most relaxing thing for me is listening to the sound of cars. The roar of their engines makes me feel alive. His passion for cars is not limited to just driving. He himself takes care of his cars, checks their engines, and sometimes sits with his friends in the garage for hours talking about cars. His garage is just like his personality, a beautiful blend of old memories and modernity. Every car there has some or the other memory attached to it. And this is the reason why he does not even think of selling any car. This style of Hank Williams Jr. with cars makes him more special. People say that he loves his cars as much as he loves his music. And perhaps this is the reason why his fans remember him not only as a music icon, but also as a car lover. Family. Relationships with 5 children. If there is one thing that matters the most in Hank Williams Jr.'s life, it is his family. In this race of music and fame, he always considered his 5 children to be his biggest strength. He has said many times that his real wealth is his children, and his life seems incomplete without them. Hank Jr. has 5 children: Hank Williams III, Shelton Hank Williams, Holly Williams, Hillary Williams, Samuel Williams, and Catherine Williams Dunning. And his relationship with all of them has been very special and heartfelt. The eldest son is Hank Williams III, whom people know as Hank III. He is also in music like his father and grandfather. Hank Jr. always says that he is very proud of his son because he has created a different identity for himself and did music on his own terms. Praising his son's work, he says that he also has the same passion of the Williams family. His daughters Holly Williams and Hillary Williams are also active in the music industry. Holly is known for her soft and soulful songs. Hank Jr. said in an interview that when he heard Holly sing for the first time, tears came to his eyes. He said that, "My daughter's voice has that pain and that love, which is most important in music." Hillary is also a singer and writer. Hank Jr. also has a very deep relationship with her. Samuel Williams, one of his youngest sons, also chose music, and Hank Jr. always encouraged him too. Hank Jr. says that he sees a glimpse of himself in Samuel, but a very big and sad accident also happened in his family. His daughter, Catherine Williams Dunning, died in a car accident in 2020. At that time, Hank Jr. came in front of the camera and became very emotional and said that, "A part of my heart is gone forever." He was very close to his daughter, and even today, his voice becomes heavy while talking about her. Hank Jr. Hank always taught his children that having a good heart is more important than fame and money. He supported his children through thick and thin. When his sons and daughters chose music, Hank Jr. gave them the freedom to pursue music as they wished. He often spends time with his children on the farm. Playing guitar, walking in the fields, and telling old stories is their habit. He once said, "Music has given me a lot, but my children have given me what no one else can give me: real happiness." This relationship of Hank Williams Jr. with his children is his greatest strength. He is a father who not only gave his name to his children, but also gave them the courage to live up to his legacy. This is why people say Hank Jr. is not only an icon of music, but also of a great father. Hank Williams Jr.'s life is a story that teaches us that falling is important, but getting up is even more important. He faced as many difficulties as he gained fame. Falling from a mountain in Montana and injuring his face badly was the biggest accident for him. Doctors had even said that his career might not be saved now. People started criticizing him, saying that he no longer looks like he used to, he does not sing like he used to. But Hank Jr. did not give up. He underwent surgery, took care of himself, and returned to the music industry with his voice and style. He showed the world that a true fighter never gives up. Even today, he is counted among the biggest names in the music industry. His fans' craze for him has not diminished. People start dancing as soon as his songs are played. Old stories and memories are refreshed as soon as he hears his voice. He did not limit music to just songs, but made it an emotion. There is pain, love, and the truth of life in his songs. This is why people consider him not just a singer, but a legend. Hank Jr.'s story teaches us a lot. He told us that no matter how old you are, no matter how big the difficulties are, if you have the courage, you can start again. He showed that despite fame and money, a person should stay connected to his family and land. He also told how it is important to maintain balance in life. On one hand, the glamour of the stage, and on the other hand, the simplicity of the fields. His story is an inspiration for every person who is thinking of giving up. Hank Williams, Jr. Life says that as long as there is breath, there is hope. If you also liked his passionate story, then like the video and do not forget to subscribe to the channel so that more such heart-touching stories reach you first.